Miller skated yesterday. Is he an option for you tonight?
He's in.
He's in.
Yep.
Are you going to go 11 and 7? Or?
He's in. Don't get carried away. He tried.
You've obviously got a new goalie back there. Have you spoken with him? Do you know anything about him? I mean, what's your process, I guess, when you get a guy like this and a new goalie like this?
I've spoken with him yesterday. I don't know anything about him. I don't know what else to say. Yeah.
Danny obviously said it's up to you if he's going to play or not. I mean, I would imagine with 8 games left, you're going to find a way to get him into a game.
I have no idea. I'm just worried about tonight. Urs is in tonight. I'll give you that, too. So there's another piece to your lineup.
What are some of the reports that you got on Fedotov?
No reports. I don't know anything about goaltending. I don't want to hear about goaltending. I want him to stop the puck. That's all a coach wants. There are too many other things that's why we have one of the best goaltending coaches, I think, in the league, in Dilly. That's his stuff.
Is that kind of your process where you just like almost like a clean slate with guys? You want to see for yourself what they have?
Always, any position, not just goaltending. There's just, like, you have the summer camps, you have this, that, the other thing the NHL, all the teams do. Exhibition season too. Exhibition season, you're getting closer to try to making some sort of thoughts on them, but you don't find out about players unless you're doing the real stuff. So so I try to stay away from comments from other people.
What about that size, the sheer size? You've seen
He's
a lot
tall.
of goaltenders in your time. Is that good or is that?
I have no idea. He's tall. I don't know any. I know you want information. I have no information on him at all. I'm so concerned about what we're trying to do here tonight, and that's what we're locked into.
With Tyson Foerster, you've talked a lot about this season, how his play away from the puck has been a surprise for you.
Tyson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has it been there all season? Was it more than maybe you guys expected?
It to me, it started right away, and certainly more than we expected. As I've said all along, and that's one of the biggest parts of our job as a coaching staff, is to teach that part of the game to young players away from the puck, positioning, all the things that come with that. And he showed us that right away, that he had the mindset, the thinking to be able to handle it, and he's got a really strong stick. I was breaking down the tape yesterday of the Montreal game, and no one sees it, but there's one play late in the game. The game's over, but it's on the power play, and he's fighting for a puck. He's just got such a heavy hand on his stick to win battles. I think it's been a huge part of his game this year.
You've coached a lot of younger players who have been offensive guys. How rare is that, from your experience from coaching guys, to have somebody with that expectation for be a scorer pick it up that way?
Yeah, it happens, but it's something that I just don't think I've seen a player. I can't remember all my players, but I don't remember a player that was equipped so quickly, and that's here. That's what we have to teach, is having them understand situational play away from the puck. I think he understood it pretty quickly. I'm not sure if he was known in his. I know he scored a lot in junior. I'm not sure if that was in his game then, because as we just talked, I didn't really know too much about him until I watched him play. And I'm sure some work down in the minor leagues helped him as far as that's concerned, but you can see that he has that.
But speaking of the scoring, he's one away from 20 goals, and I know at the end of the day it's just a number, but you're talking about development as much as you are winning with this season. How much of that would be a confidence boost, something for him to hang his hat on? 20 goals is a milestone, especially for
It's a round number, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people talk about that for young guys, 20 goals. Yeah, so for them, I hope he scores 25. But for them, it's important. If he doesn't score the rest of the year, I'm sure he's going to do things that are going to help us. That's why he's played the minutes, and that's why he's played most of the games this year. Has he played them all? Has he been nicked at all? Because
He was out for one early.
He had
Yeah.
the injury. You talked about how much you missed him on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because he's just doing so many other things away from it. So, really encouraging. And we find out we can play both sides now. Playing on left side this year and play right wing too. So it's a really, really encouraging as where we're going as a team.
What have you missed from having Nick Sealer?
Who?
What have you missed without Sealer?
Just the how he is as a pro, how it just comes out of him, how you have to play, how we want to play. A lot of people don't give him credit. He plays fast, and sometimes it's all over the place, and you never know what's going to happen, but the puck's up the ice. He plays fast. Shot blocking, missed him terribly. You can see our penalty killing has had some struggles. That a lot to do is we've changed our back end a little bit. Huge addition for us, and just being that presence in the room too. I always say I didn't know no one talked to me about him when I was first hired. Or no one even had him on the depth chart. He was an 8 or 9 defenseman. You can never give up on your D. You just never know what happens, and he's living proof of it. He's a really important guy for us.
Yeah, you lost your second defensive pair in the same day. I know why you guys made the Sean Walker trade, but has that factored into you guys giving up a little bit more goals? Recently?
Sure. And sometimes I'm not sure if they're our second pair. A lot of people, and it's certainly not a criticism of Sandy and Yorkie, but most of the time it's either or. I don't think there was a first or second pair, especially when we saw the marriage between Walks and Seals, how that worked. They played some big minutes as a first pair would.
You talked about Foerster being able to play both sides. You had Lexell on the other side the other night in Montreal. Did you see anything different?
No. I think he's given us some good minutes. Ends up with some scoring chances. There's some things he needs to work at the game. I think the quickness of the game, and rightfully so. But each time he's played, each time he's come back up, I think he's been better. So he's a guy we continue to keep an eye on.
When we were in Chicago the other day, in Montreal, talking about coming out sluggish and playing against a Canadian team that's playing for a lot of pride right now. And how do you push your team playing these teams that are just basically doing that, playing for pride right now, where you have something to play for?
Yeah. Like I said the other day, like the Montreal game, I don't think we were flat. I just don't think we were dead on. I mean, we only give up 10 scoring chances in the game. I think as a team, we've really tightened down as far as scoring chances against. I just don't think we made many plays. So I don't think we were terrible, but I just don't think we were sharp with the puck in the first half of that game. We started playing better toward late in the second period, then the third. But I didn't mention anything to them before the Montreal game. I won't mention anything tonight. They know where they're at, and I thought, quite honestly, I thought Primo was the difference the other night in Montreal because we had a number of great scoring chances. We couldn't beat them. I liked a lot of our game once we got to it, like the halfway part. Thanks, guys.